Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Farming Simulator 19, and welcome back to Geiselsberg with Seasons. My goodness, I've been busy. So it is, before we do anything else, I want to get in the habit of doing this. It is day 3, 8 o'clock in the morning, and let's go do a little accounting. Where's the books? There they are, right there. So this is what's going on, and I will scroll down through here if you want to. If you want to read through these and just confirm, we're keeping it all on the up and up. We're not going to cheat any money in, and I would like to do this without taking out a loan. Maybe we can. I think we're going to make a ton of money from these logs over here, right? So we are logging. We are converting. Let's go back here. And just to give these names. Whoa. Stop. There it is. Just to give these names. Let's call this one out here West Meadow, right? And then this one here is, I guess, going to be East Meadow, maybe? But maybe Middle Meadow, because we're going to combine it with this. These two are going to be perhaps Middle Meadow. And then this one, once we buy it, sometime down the road, this will be East Meadow. So we're converting this forest right here. We're going to join it up with this meadow right here, which will be most likely our power company again. So I started working back into here. Now I noticed something a little bit different this time around. I feel like there are less trees in here. I think maybe the map maker pulled some trees out. And I also noticed that the edge of the map, you know, the edge of the world, the Truman Show. The Truman Show seems a little bit closer in. I felt like there were some bushes and hedges sort of pushing us out. But right now, I mean, there's the edge of the world right there. So I need to leave some additional trees in to sort of shield us from that, right? We want to maintain our immersion, so we don't want to see that too often. I am cutting the stumps a little bit lower this time. And I did rent the wheel loader with the grinder on it. I think that's the fastest way to do it. We've already got a skid steer and we can put a grinder on that, but it's not, it takes a lot longer. It really does. So that's what we got going on here. The wheel loader is rented. The grinder is rented. The tree harvester is rented. The dolly and the auto-loading timber trailer are all rented. And then the MB track, of course, we own. And you also saw I put in a slurry purchase point and tried to do a little sculpting. I need to do a little bit more. Man, the terrain sculpting, it ain't there yet. It's close, but it ain't there yet. So this is installed. We don't have any slurry or digestate, and we won't have any for quite some time, but I did not want to do all synthetic fert. I kind of like the idea of using more natural, more organic fert. And then I threw in a light on a pole and some little barricades down here and some little posts, right? So when you're pulling in, you don't cut the corner and drive over the grass. You know what I'm talking about. Right. I also, this field right here, this meadow, because we are going to harvest it this time. We haven't put any of our structures in as far as BGA, so we are going to mow it this time around. And to that end, I did spread slurry in this field out here, West Meadow, and also in this field here, Middle Meadow, right? And then I've got our little Deutzfahr running a 3-meter cultivator in field 5, which we bought off camera. I bought off camera. And what I noticed about it was I wanted to spread slurry in it straight away, but it was not allowing me to do that. Now it says it doesn't have any, right? When we look at field 5, right there in the center, it does not have any fertilizer on it at all, but it is already cultivated. All of it is cultivated. So I cultivated it again because sometimes what the game needs is for you to essentially have some kind of an intervention. You got to do something to the field, and then you can move on to the next step. But you know what I mean? It's sort of stalled in place. It needs a little bit of extra something before you can do your thing. So we've got our little Deutzfahr cultivating this field. And then we've got a slurry spreader. I use this one, and I really like this one. It's by Forbidden Mods. I've used it on Holzer. I used it on Oldstream. And I'm going to use it here. A good German slurry sprayer. Now this thing is 150 horsepower on the requirement, and that little Deutz-Fahr is 140. I also got a seeder that we're going to use for our grass, and that is 150. But I think I want to put the seeder on the MB track because it's gigantic. You'll see it next episode. And we're going to tow this thing with the Deutz-Fahr. Even though it's not technically there for horsepower, it's a few shy. But I figure this makes more sense than putting that seeder. And it's only a 3-meter seeder, but it just absolutely devours that little Deutz-Fahr. It looks ridiculous, and I don't think you would ever do that in real life. So that is what's going on there. Now, when this thing comes back around, and it'll be here in a minute, we're going to park it up. Well, we're going to drop the cultivator. No, I guess we're not going to park it up. We're going to drop the cultivator, and we're going to hook up the slurry sprayer and put it on course play. I already have the course built, and I have a refill course built as well. So what will happen is when it runs out, if it runs out, and I think it will, it should drive over to that little slurry pond and refill. I hope. And while all that's going on, we're going to load up one load of timber, take it over and sell it, and see what we get for a full load of timber on hard pricing, hard economy. So that's going to be our episode for today. It's a little bit different, and I totally get it when YouTubers say I don't record with seasons. It just ruins it. It makes it too slow and too hard. Can't do it. So I totally get that. But we're going to give it a try, and we're going to see if we can make it work. But it definitely, I said this last episode, I love seasons. I really do. And one of the things that I love most about seasons is you don't do what you want to do. You do what has to be done. And that's sort of a different take on gaming, isn't it? Gaming is, for a lot of us, for a lot of people, gaming is an opportunity for us to just do whatever we want, right? We don't have to do what we have to do. We can do what we want to do. Well, not with seasons. So, I'm going to stop that. Right, like so. Brake is off. I think I can make this turn. Yeah. Right through here, and we'll get over here and get this thing dropped off. And as far as other changes to the farm, I haven't done anything else other than install this little slurry store. I ran some fence here. I noticed something odd, and you'll see it right through here. We've got the grass on both sides of the road looks sort of burned, and it will not allow me to do any terraforming around this road, which is why the fence is set back so far. When I tried to place it closer, it gave me the can't place here warning. Okay. I'm not looking to battle you. You say don't place it here, I won't place it here. So I did have to move it back a little bit, but I can't go in with the small brush and add the grass texture back to that area by the road. So I think it's always going to look kind of burnt through there. I'm not super happy about that, but what can you do? I think if we drop this here, I hope it doesn't cultivate when we put it down here. I think this is, yeah, that's meadow grass rather than crop grass, so it doesn't do any damage there. Right. Zoom in a little bit. So yeah, man, it's been an odd couple of weeks for me, I have to say, but I'm getting back on schedule, and I'm really enjoying this map. I had to kind of step away from gaming. If you notice, the channel was a little sporadic the past 2 weeks or so. I had to step back. I had to kind of reevaluate. I was definitely, as much as I love gaming, I really was kind of burning out on it. So I had to reset, and Geiselsberg is a great place to do it. It's super relaxing. I really do like this map. I really do. Now, I'm curious, after we cultivated, even though the field was already cultivated, if it's going to take fertilizer. I hope it does. I mean, temperature-wise, we're okay. Soil is above freezing. We were able to work the soil, so I think we should be okay. I think we should. I hope we will be. So we'll go top this thing off, and then we'll hand it over to course play. And while course play is doing its thing, maybe we'll take one load of logs over and see how we do on price. Right, so I'm going to pull right in here. And this is a great mod, by the way. I know there are like ponds and lagoons and various sell points you can get, but I think for my style of play, I think this suits me. It's got nice lighting as well. And that's sort of on topic. I don't know if you've played this map. I don't know if you've seen this map at night, but it really doesn't have a lot of lights on it, or at least it didn't in V1. I haven't taken a whole lot of trips around the map at night, but it was, for as well made as this map is, for as much time as was obviously put into it, it really doesn't seem to have a lot of lights, particularly the South Farm. At least in V1, it was just pitch black down there at night. So curious, because this game, the game in general, looks really good at night. The lighting effects are really good. Right, so if we go here, we're going to load our course, which is called Field 5, 14 meter with a refill, right, like so. And I believe our start point is over yonder, like so. So we go over here. I'm really curious whether or not this is going to spray. I think it is, but it may not. I've been wrong before, a whole bunch of times. Right. So we turn that off now. Go back here. We're going to say first waypoint. Stop when you're done. Get to work. Zoom out a little bit here. See what we got. Waiting point. I don't want you to wait. I want you to do your thing. I got to put you on fertilizing and seeding. That's what you're waiting for. Right. Let's try that again. There you go. And it's looking like, yeah, no. We'll take a peek on the other map. It's looking like it's not accepting that fertilizer. Now, why? Why would that be? Let's take a look out here. Yeah, why would that be? Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Does it have something to do with rotation? Hang on. I'm just going to let this thing roll. Oh, but you know what? It's not even consuming it. If you look down below, bottom right corner, even though it's spraying, it's not using any. Hang on a minute. This episode is going from bad to worse. No, we're not buying anything. Help a refill, slurry. We want off and off. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, everything looks good there. What could cause that? Ah. Now here, interesting. Okay. So there, it is taking it. All right. Okay. Well, you know, let's do this. Let's let it roll for a minute, because it's emptying pretty quickly. I'm curious if it's going to go refill, or if it's just going to bump right into that tree right there. I think that's what it's going to do. Oh, game. How I hate you. Of course, the brake is on now. So if we go here, you know what? While I'm here, let's just manually see if we can do this first row. I wonder if that had something to do with trying to draw from the pig farm. Right? I don't know if that makes sense. Hang on. Okay. And now it's taking it. Well, clearly it did have something to do with that setting. And because we don't have any pigs, that means we don't have any slurry on the pig farm. So I suppose it was trying to draw from a source that there was nothing there. Couldn't take what wasn't there. Okay, well, I mean, we got it working. That's the main thing. Now, the seeder that I got does have a power harrow up front. So what I'm thinking, and I don't know if you do this in real life, but what I'm thinking is, because we're putting one layer of fertilizer on, as that power harrow hits the soil during the seeding process, it's going to fold this fertilizer in and, right, you know what I mean? Make it nice and awesome and super cool. So then we go back here from nearest waypoint, like so. Okay, and we'll continue to monitor because this thing's going to be empty momentarily. And then we'll see if it goes back and refills. That would be super cool if it did. Okay. You know, one of the best things about this game is it's constantly giving you problems to solve and little things to sort out. I do enjoy that, and it may be one of my favorite things about this game. It's just, I wouldn't say it's endless problems, but it's endless, stuff. Challenges. That's a good way to say it. There's always some problem to figure out. So we go there, and then this field directly in front of us, which is field 11, is next, and then field 15 is the one beyond it. Now, I bought field 11, but I had to immediately sell it because I forgot we do need to rent, or we did need to rent our logging equipment, and we will also need to rent a mower, either the Big M or butterfly mowers, whichever makes the most sense. We'll need to rent mowers, and if they're swathing mowers, we can just get a wrapping baler. And if they're not swathing mowers, then we'll need to get a rake, and we'll need to get that whole process going as well. So I didn't want to take our checking account balance down to zero buying that other field, even though we would make money from that field when we harvest the grass from it. Not if we don't have enough money to rent the equipment to harvest the grass, right? And I really don't want to take out a loan. I do that all the time. And, you know, like I said last episode, I guess it's almost like you're outlasting the loan. You know, even if you put 100 or 200 hours into a map, you just pay the interest and you carry that loan until you move on to the next map. And it's not that we would ever have the intention of not paying it back. It's just in the back of your mind, you know, you don't really have to pay it back. So I think this is something I want to do this time around is just not carry a loan and see how that works. So if we can do everything with cash, now that forest that we're harvesting, we'll see how the prices look when we, this cat is taking his time. There you go. Pick up the pace a little bit, buddy. Last time around, I think we got 400,000 euro from that forest, which would be fantastic. As slowly as we're starting, that would suit us right down to the ground. And if not, if it's, you know, half that, that still works. You know, we'll make some money from that. But it's enough to, the smoothing. There's just always so much smoothing. Now, I'm curious if this thing is smart enough to fill up, or if it's just going to keep driving back to the field. Oh, beautiful. Is it doing anything? Let's hop in and see if it's filling. Oh, holy smokes. I love it, man. It's almost like a victory when courseplay actually works properly. Yay, courseplay. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So theoretically, this will go back and pick up where it left off, and we'll watch that happen just to confirm. And I think we're doing okay on time as well. So yeah, we're at 19 minutes. So that'll be perfect. We'll watch this thing go back over there and get started. Confirm that everything works the way it is meant to. And then we'll hop in the MB track and take a load of logs over and see how we do. And we've also got, hang on, let me chase this thing. I wanted to look at crop prices, but I didn't want to step away from this thing too long and then have it be way out on the horizon. So let me keep up with it when it goes back to work, just to confirm that it does, and then we'll take a look at crop prices. But we've got, I think, 5 or 6 crops to sell, and each one of them is worth about 10K. So let's say 5 at 10, that's 50 grand. So I think we'll definitely be able to keep the lights on, and we'll definitely have enough money to rent what we need to do to turn this crop into silage bales and get it sold. And hopefully when we combine all that with the lumber, and not lumber, I guess timber is a better word for it. Sir? Oh, God. Oh, you were doing so good. Look at this. Look at this field. It is completely empty except for one power pole and Courseplay just drove straight the F into it. Oh, game. You break my heart. You break my heart. Now, where do we restart? Right? Okay, we'll just come over here and start from... We're going to take it off the refill course and just put it back on the main course. Oh. You know what? It's like the best of times, the worst of times. I was so happy a minute ago when Courseplay was just treating me right. And then it just... Oh, like a kick in the pants. Courseplay. What am I going to do with you? All right. Oh, now he's swerving out. Now he doesn't want to have anything to do with that power pole. But last time... Psh. All right. Okay, I think he is back on track. So let's look at crop prices and see what we've got in the silos. Yeah, we've got looks like about 2,500 of wheat, about 3,600 of barley, maybe $7,000 worth of 6 of cotton. No, not cotton. Canola. Yeah, I'd say we've got 30 or 40,000 in the silos. So that's, I mean, money's money, right? So that will definitely contribute to getting us through this first year. But I think it's going to be the silage bales and the timber that are really going to make the difference. So let's take one load of timber over. 21 minutes. This is perfect. And we are auto loading. You know, maybe it's not as immersive as it could be, but that's the way it's going to be. I just can't manipulate the tools to load logs. Right, so we want to auto load on the left. On the left, I said. There we go. So very carefully back up a little bit here. Come around this way. And there's also, is it here? Let's turn this off for a second. It is, where is it? No. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? There it is. Yeah, this needs to be right about there, I think. You can adjust where the wood lands on this thing. And I try to get it in the center. Are we not auto-loading? Load up, I say. Start auto-loading wood. Ah. There you go. All right. Let's see how we do. Absolutely nothing happening. Come on. There you go. That's what I'm after. All right. So we'll throw a strap on those. Throw a strap on those. All right. I feel like every time I move, we're just getting more logs. All right. Is that... that's about right. That's pretty. So auto load is off. Let's get flipped around here. I do like the sound on this MB track, but it is loud. Holy smokes. I could probably go into the XML and turn that down a little bit, but it is crazy loud. Right about here. And I think, I mean, I've got a course set in here as well. You want to do it? Let's do it. All right, finding a start point, and then just, oh, I don't know how it happens. It seems like there's no object in a field that Courseplay cannot find and drive into. Right. Let's try it now. Let's try it now. There we go. All right. And I set a trigger at the sawmill. So Oh, God. Ah! I set it... Okay, okay. Everybody's in a hurry. I set a trigger at the sawmill, so it should pull over there and stop. We'll unload manually. Well, we need to get out and hit the button. So we'll unload manually. And my goal is that I can run the tree harvester in the meadow while this thing runs over there. Get this turned off. There we go. We'll get that turned off. So this thing will be making trips back and forth to the sawmill while I'm running the harvester because, again, it is day 3. We've got to start planting on... Well, we don't have to start planting on day 4, but I'd like to because, again, you never know what the weather's going to do. And things can happen that prevent you from harvesting or planting or whatever it is that you want to do. The weather changes and you can't do it that day. So I tend to want to get things done. Oh dear. I tend to want to get things done as quickly as possible. So we go right over here. Back on course. There we go. I tend to do things as early as I can. I want to do things as soon as possible with seasons because you never know. So I would like to get that grass planted tomorrow, day 4, the first day that we are able to get it in the ground. And I think, I mean, we'll check the forecast, but I think temperatures looked good enough and grass is hardy enough that it should start to germinate no problem. So, and this is, you know what? Hang on. This could be a little screenshotty right over here. If I can get out of the way in time. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. So we go right in here. And I think, you know what, if that stops automatically, and it will, I believe I can just hit this button and unload, right? Let's turn this back on so we can see what we get for... All right, 20 grand, is that everything? That is everything, 20,000. Okay. It's about a third less than we were getting before, but what can you do? Right, so that is there. We'll take this back over to the meadow, and we'll see how that field looks as far as the slurry that was sprayed on it, but I think we should be okay. And that'll take us into next episode. Yeah, we'll plant grass next episode. I don't know where I'll be in that forest. I would like to get that planted with grass this spring as well. And what that will require is getting all the trees down, obviously. Then we'll need to throw a plow on and turn that, what's left of that forest, turn it into soil or field. And then we'll need to throw a layer of fert on it, and then we'll plant grass. And I think last time I did that, it took me a few hours of real time. So I imagine it would be about the same this time. No traffic. No traffic. I'm just going for it. Or, well, Courseplay is going for it. Oh, they're going. DGAF. Right. I'm going to... I don't want to tab, but I shouldn't have jumped out. Now the thing is taken off without me. Sir and or ma'am. Oh, this game. I love it. I really do. It's the strangest game. I mean, I guess in a way it's no stranger than Minecraft or anything else, but it is... What a way to spend time, man. What a hobby this farm life is. Right. And I think it looks like... Okay. It looks like slurry is still rolling over there, so I guess they're finishing up their last headland. This might be just about perfect timing. No. No way. Are they going to get done right now? Impossible. No, it looks like they're going to fill up again. Hang on. Everything's going crazy right now. A moment, please. I got too many things happening, and none of them are making sense to me. Okay, the MB track is going to stop. That's fine. That's fine. It's going to stop eventually. Sir? Ma'am? Okay, it does stop, right. So we're going to stop this. Set the brake. Engine off. Course play is off. Okay, so that's one thing. Now we got this jamoke over here. What are they doing? Is this field fully fertilized? Oh, there's just the tiniest little bit left. Okay, but we did, because it was coming into refill when we were taking the timber over, right? And it's just come back and refilled a second time. So I guess this would be a third time. So the second time that it refilled, it did go back and get on course without running into the power pole. And now the third time, let's see if it can pull it off. And it's only got, it looks like, a couple 100 yards of field left to spray, and then it'll be done. So we're at 31 minutes, but that's close enough. Let's go ahead and watch this finish up and have a little bit of, we'll have closure. It'll be fantastic, I'm telling you. Beautiful. I gotta fix this bump. God. Oh, terrain. So go back over here. And my goal would be, of course, to have like 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 different things happening on course play and hired workers at once. Who knows if it'll ever get that good, but that would be the goal. Yeah, I think it's just this little tiny wedge right here is missing slurry. Okay, you know what? It's very affordable, and we do like to be thorough. OCD is a hell of a drug, I'm telling you what. Right, so we're making our turn here. Maybe. Maybe. All right, we are making our turn. Out onto the road. It's just so reckless. So reckless and uncalled for. All right. Need our big finish. Here we go. Let's turn this off. Go right in here. There you have it. Beautiful. And I think this is us done. Yeah. Fantastic. There you go. Let's get this all shut down. So we'll need to go here. Stop driver. Turn that off. That off. All right. Back it up. Wow, we're zoomed way out. Hang on. There we go. It's better. Just gonna go in here, and this thing is 3/4 full. I mean, we'll use it after we get that forest cut down. We are gonna need to spray slurry on that new field that we create, so we'll use it. I just want to get it, I don't know, someplace. I'll just leave it in the middle of the field we just got done with. How about right here? There we go. There we go. How about right here? Perfect. Set the brake. Leave it running because it's been working hard. And we're done. There you go. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 19. This is the Geiselsberg map with seasons. We'll see you next time. Take care now.